I'm Juliana with Mass Inbound. I'm the director of media. I have my little furry sidekick today. He's in the office, so he's joining us. Today, the topic of our video is how to build a content calendar. This is something that a lot of small businesses struggle with, both building the content calendar and also having good quality content and making sure that you're consistent with it. It can be so overwhelming. I have worked in marketing admin positions where I was the only person doing this. So I get it. It's hard. But over the years, I've come up with a few different techniques that make planning the content, getting the content, scheduling it out much easier. So this will be a 2-part video. But the first thing we're going to go into is how to build your content calendar. So I'm going to share my screen here and I'm going to show you guys, this is our content calendar for the month of October. I do use Canva for this because then it's a link I can send to everyone. You don't need any fancy software for this. We just already had Canva. I'm already using it. I feel like a lot of small businesses are. So I do want to point out this is just another application of Canva that you guys can use. So as you can see, I don't have this fully filled in. Like there are multiple days of the week that are still blank. My goal is to really tackle our social media this year, and I am building it. We're working on a long-term plan, and I've got this overreaching strategy. And starting with the strategy, we're slowly scaling up to daily posting. And I know that sounds weird, but that's what we're trying. So stay tuned, and we'll see if it works. So let's look at October and see what we have. I've got 2 to 3 things per week. I am totally happy with that. 2 to 3 in-feed posts. That is totally fine if that's all that you get to per week, because that still makes your company look legitimate and it makes sure that you have a strong online presence. I go through and I talk about different things, like this one's going to be a reel. This one is a full video. This one is a carousel. We have different themes that we do. And then I just plug in and say reel trending. That's it. So that means that Friday, I've got this on my calendar and I take 5 minutes. I scroll through Instagram Reels and I'm looking for, in the bottom of the reel next to the sound, there will be a little arrow. If there's an up arrow on the sound, that means that's a trending sound and that means I want to use it. So I will go through and just throw a couple of those in, and it's great for engagement, and then it gets you in front of new eyes. So I'm going to take a step back, and today we're going to plan our November. As you can see, I have these things plugged in already because I had to plan this video. So right here, the 28th is how to build a content calendar. So that's when this will be launched. And then you guys can check back November 11th on how to schedule the content. I already have that on there, and I scheduled this ahead of time because I'm being proactive with it. It's not, oh shoot, it's Friday, I haven't posted anything. Let me post something today. And let me post something at the end of the day. And oops, now I've checked it off. I build this calendar, we make a plan, we see what content we need, and then we go and shoot it. So I'm going to take it a step back. I'm going to come completely out of the calendar and I want to show you guys something. This is just a regular notes app, but I have found a really, really easy way to make a content calendar, and that's by templatizing your days of the week. Now, this may look different for every business. Clearly, I work for a digital advertising agency. I've worked in the mortgage industry. I have worked in business-to-business industry, and I have been able to use this in every industry. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a theme for each day of the week. What that looks like for us is Marketing Monday. So then that means, okay, if I'm posting anything on Monday, it will be about marketing. And then we do Tip Tuesday. And there's certain themes you can do with that. So we're trying to do tips for small business owners. That's easy. So then last week, I'm like, hey, I still need a Tip Tuesday video. I go to my boss and I'm like, what's a tip that you have for small business owners? That was an easy one for us. We had a hurricane coming towards us. So he had just made the decision to send everyone home. So he's like, you know what? My Tip Tuesday for this week is put your employees first. Take care of your employees. They take care of you. That's not something you're really thinking a digital advertising agency is going to post, but we work with so many business owners that falls under Tip Tuesday. We're advising our clients on best practices, and that's super easy. For the mortgage industry, something like that will say, tip, refinance when rates are low, right? Stuff like that. It's so easy. And you can usually say, all right, I've got a tip Tuesday. I can come up with 10 related tips right off the top of my head. I just write a list right then. So we keep going. And then we have Website Wednesday. And then I like to, so that's it. If I just want 3 posts a week, I'll get it on those. But I like to put stuff on Thursday, Fridays, and the weekends. So Thursdays are blank right now. But on Fridays, we like to do a trending reel. So if I look and I haven't posted something on that week, so like going back to here, I posted on Monday, I posted on Tuesday, and then nothing Wednesday, Thursday. I did the trending reel on Friday, but I could have done it on that Thursday. So that's why you leave holes and blanks, because you could go really hard the first part of the week and now the weekend's empty. You want to keep staying in front of people. So I'm going to say trends Thursday, Friday. So anytime Thursday or Friday, I can post a trend. And then weekend, I don't really have a theme for that. One thing I recommend to a lot of clients is on the weekend, do lifestyle stuff. And if people tag you in their posts and tag you in their stories, this is the perfect time to share it, is on the weekend. For example, we have a golf ball client. When do most people play golf? On the weekends. Are they tagging you guys when they use their products? They are? Okay, cool. Reshare that post. So even though it's not, a full post of your own, 1, you're engaging with customers and followers. 2, you're getting content out there that you don't have to create. So you can still leave a blank on there, or you can say, repost stories and just set a calendar alert. And you go in, you do this calendar alert to go in and check what you've been tagged in. You just take the 5 minutes, share those to your story, and that's it. You're done for the weekend. So I now have this, very loose template, but it makes it so easy. You don't even technically need a calendar for this. I do the view this way, and then I'll start making a list of what types of videos I'm going to do. So I'll say here, creating content calendar. All right, so that's one Monday topic. And then scheduling content calendar. That's another. So that gets me 2 Mondays. So then I can go through and say, okay, well, I want to post something every single Monday. I need to get 4 things on this list. So I'll just keep writing, fill that out. And then you go and plug this into your calendar. You're good to go. Tip Tuesday. You can do something like finding the right accountant. What do you need to ask for? All right. We looked at tips on how to change the Facebook algorithm or Instagram algorithm. So we did that video a few weeks back. So tips on algorithm boosting. All right. So I just sit here and I go this way and I think, what can I make? What can I talk about? And what falls in these categories? Obviously, these categories are very specific to us as a digital advertising agency, but there's so many things you can do. Tip Tuesday can be applied to virtually any industry that you're in. Because if you're in the sports industry, do sports tips. It can be anything from finding the right size to your equipment to, hey, if you're not wearing the right shoes to play golf, you could have a problem. You need to check your shoes. Literally something that simple. It can be so dumb. It can be 5 seconds. It's not about, becoming known for having great tips. It's about adding value to your brand and consistently staying in front of your customer and in front of your followers. Okay. But I do like the idea of the trends and doing real life content if you can. If you have a building and you have employees, doing the trends and having your employees and your coworkers interact in those videos goes such a long way to legitimizing you as a business, and it'll boost employee morale for the most part, as long as you're not annoying them to make videos. And I'm sorry to the office if I am. So we're seeing so much more engagement on this. But what happens is if you engage in a trend and it goes really well, Facebook and Instagram will push that video or that post in front of people because more people are interacting with it. But then they'll continue to do that for all of your posts afterwards. So we're not doing this to try and go viral. We're doing this because, hey, a trendy video based on other trends that we post on a Thursday or Friday, instead of us having 500 people see it, maybe 3,000 people see it. That's 2,500 more than normal. So that's 2,500 people that have now been added to our audience to potentially see all of our future posts. But then our next post is, hey, here's how to set up your Instagram algorithm. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Like they do other stuff too. So it's really important to have a good mix, but having this template makes it so, so easy. So now that I have the template and I have a few loose ideas, I'm just going to open any calendar. You can do a paper calendar for this if you want. You don't have to have a software or anything fancy. But as you can see, I was able to come in and on Wednesday, we posted 6 common website issues because that's Website Wednesday. That's easy. I've got 2 Tip Tuesdays. One that we just posted was value your employees. And then the next Tip Tuesday we're posting is how to best utilize LinkedIn. These are both very specific to the work industry. So Tip Tuesday, that can go to a small business owner. It can go to any business owner. Tip Tuesday to utilize LinkedIn, that we're going to talk about both how to utilize LinkedIn for small businesses and for personal work and what happens when you fully build your LinkedIn and utilize it properly. Then when I come to it, the first thing I do once I'm in calendar view is I'm going to add any holidays, because if I can plug in a holiday, if I can get a holiday in there, that's one less content I have to really, really think about. So I'm going to plug in, and I know that the last Thursday in November is Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to say Thanksgiving on that day, and then we'll figure out a Thanksgiving post, which for us will probably be just your generic, like, have a happy Thanksgiving from our team to yours, right? You don't have to go and shoot, big production or content for that. This is just this is a freebie. This is the free space on the bingo card. That's any holiday you can find. So you can go even further into that. Look at the holidays and look at the religions that are important in your area and to your employees. You could go as far as to, celebrate and post certain holidays that are celebrated in your area. For example, we had Columbus Day this week. No one does anything for Columbus Day for marketing, so I'm not going to post about that. But, if you're a school, schools are closed on Columbus Day. If you're a bank, banks are closed on Columbus Day. You might post about it. So that's certain things to keep in mind, is that you can post on holidays to use that as a free space. That's your free space on the bingo card. But stay respectful and relevant if you are posting about religious holidays. So then I'm going to come in and continue to fill this out. So this is the next part of this video, which is how to schedule social content. But I'm also going to add, let's see, I want to do a carousel. So I've done a lot of videos this month. We're just going to do a carousel on making content calendar. And that's the best part, is you can reuse ideas. You don't have to come up with brand new ideas for everything. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So one thing that we're trying, and a strategy that we're testing, is post a video, how to build a content calendar. Some people love to watch videos. Some people never watch videos. So I'm going to take all of the topic, all of the content in that video, I'm going to make a carousel out of it. And that will be the post the following week. So we're going to do the same thing here. I made the video. It posted yesterday. Today's the 15th. So next Monday is going to be the same exact thing, same exact topic and talking points, but it's going to be a carousel. So now that's just a slideshow of still images. So people who don't like videos, or people who maybe never followed you, they just see that carousel that's really informative and it's got great stuff, and they can read about it. But what I'm doing in the caption of all of these is saying, like, hey, check out our YouTube channel for the full video. So you can do the same exact caption from your video post to your carousel post, because it's such drastically different formatting that it could pop off with the algorithm. Video goes viral, post goes viral, people start sharing it. You've got no idea. So this is a great way to test how different types of content perform in different types of formats, and it really can fill in your calendar. So that gets me 2 Mondays in. So I'm going to sit here, and I know off of this video, I also want to do a carousel. So I just copy that down, change it to a carousel. And then look, I have 3 Mondays in a row ready to go. Now I've got to come up with some video I want to do here. And that looks a little different in our office. Obviously, I'm doing videos. You could be doing still images, which means, ooh, hey, we've got a new product coming in, and I know it's coming in on the 15th. So I want to post about it on the 18th. Let me, on the 15th, throw something on my calendar, go get good pictures. Let's put together a photo shoot to get good pictures of these. So then I filled in most of my Mondays. I'm happy with these, and I'm going to start working on Tip Tuesdays. So we're going to look at other tips. What can we come up with? One thing we are going to continue to talk about is long-term strategies for Tip Tuesday. So we're going to talk about website optimization, which technically that could go under Website Wednesday as well. But we're going to talk about it in a very high level glance and why it is so important to do SEO optimizations. Obviously, the O also stands for optimization, but for clarity, we do typically call it that. But that gets you 1 Tip Tuesday. That's easy off the top of my head that we could do. Now, I don't necessarily need a Tip Tuesday every day of the week. And then I also have Monday already full. So I'm just going to come up with 1 more Tip Tuesday. And then for this one, we're going to talk about holiday schedules for your staff. So we'll have the CEO of the company, my boss, come in and talk about, what does it look like to have a good holiday schedule for your staff to make sure nothing's being missed, to make sure everyone gets to celebrate holidays with their family? How did they make that decision? And what is the benefit for it to their company? So we go through stuff like that. Now I've got to do some Website Wednesday. So if I've just on Tip Tuesday talked about SEO optimization, what I would really like is to get our website guy in here and shoot a video on what long-term SEO looks like. So I can do the same topic back to back, or the same general topic back to back. Say the one yesterday popped off, and now I'm posting more about it. And I've got a good video saying, hey, here's how you do that. Here's how we've achieved that for our staff and for our clients. Great, because if someone's really interested in it, they're going to come back and they're going to keep looking for more. Now, this is not something you have to do every time. You don't have to talk about every topic twice, and you don't have to continue with it, but you also should not be afraid to talk about the same thing twice. I definitely, when I first started, it was really hard. I started in the marketing industry, and there's really only so many ways you can say, hey guys, rates are lower, you should refinance. Like, I am making the same post over and over again. And I spent so much time trying to track down new topics, new things to talk about. What's a fun new graphic I can make to talk about refinancing for the 7 millionth time. You guys don't have to stress about that. It is okay to continue to post about the same things over and over again. Even if you posted it a year ago and it did nothing, you could do the same exact post, the same exact caption today, and the algorithm has changed so much that they're like, wow, this is great. And then it goes viral, even though last year it did nothing. So that's something to keep in mind too. Don't be afraid to reuse content. Don't be mindful of, you don't want to do it 2 or 3 times in the same month. But the odds of me using a video 3 months ago and using it now and someone going, oh, they already did that, they're so low. I think only my coworkers would notice if I did that. So keep in mind, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. So then I just go through and I continue to fill this in. So then, just like I did for the video, I'm going to make a carousel. Carousel. What does it look like? That's so easy. And you just keep going. I'm going to plug in a couple. So now I've look, and I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday filled out here. I have a Saturday history video here. So I am just going to throw a trendy something on Friday. And I literally just say real trend. And that means that Friday I throw something on my calendar. I scroll through Instagram Reels, I find a trending audio, and then we shoot a video to it. So I'm going to do this twice in the month of November. Let's see, that one I put on a Friday and I had something on a Wednesday. So I'm actually going to bump this guy over to a Thursday. Now I need to fill in the last week and I need to fill in the weekends. But that took me 5 minutes? This is so much easier than you think it needs to be. And then you realize that it can be. So if I come in and I set a theme and then just make a list and then setting a theme for us, we have different departments for all of this. So all of the Monday stuff, I'm in charge of a lot of our paid advertising. All of the Monday marketing tips, for the most part, come from me. Website Wednesday, I'm going to our web dev team and I'm saying, hey, I need to get some content. Can you guys tell me what you're comfortable talking about? Do the same thing in your office. Make it, if you're in a warehouse, make it be Warehouse Wednesday. And you go to the forklift driver and say, hey, what's something cool we got in this week? You can do that every Wednesday so easily. And then it's templatized. You're getting a lot of content and you're involving everyone else. They'll start to think about it too. And it really just gets easier as you go on. So this is how I build a content calendar. I templatize it and I just keep going. I could sit here and build all of these calendars. I could do this for the year if I sat down and made the time to do so. Now I will give you the warning. It is so easy to get burned out on these because they do come across as overwhelming, and it is a lot of content once you look at it. So I like to take a break between making the calendar and then going and getting the content for it and then going and scheduling it. So what I'm doing is I make this calendar, we kind of discuss it, and I ask for volunteers. How do we do this? My goal is to have this done by the 15th of every month. So it's the 15th of October. I want November's done. So now we have a game plan going into November. What do I need to get? What do I need to shoot? How many pictures do I need? Do I need to chase down clients, coworkers, whatever to get this? So that's my timeline. That's how I put it together. Stay tuned for part 2. We will be posting that on November 11th. And I'm going to go through how I schedule it once I have all of the content. Thanks for chiming in. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment. Again, I am Juliana with Mass Inbound. We are a digital advertising agency based in West Palm Beach, Florida.